Welcome everybody to the new annual award shows of Waifu of the Year 2025. I am your host Ben, thank you for joining me this evening. Today we are going to be going through the 2024 nominees for Waifu of the Year, counting them down to find out who is the best waifu of the year. There were so many great waifus this year, it was so hard to choose, but I managed to narrow it down and we've got 2 honourable mentions. And then we will go through who is Waifu of the Year. But before that, most of you aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you could go down below and subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. Helps me out. So anyway, let's get on to the first pick. But first, we actually need to go through some few rules to see how I came to this list. The first being no lollies. I made sure that so the police cannot catch me. I ain't catching no cases. And the next one being, it had to be from an anime released in 2024. It could have been a sequel, they are completely allowed, but it had to have been released in the year 2024 to be applied. So unfortunately, Freerun, Apothecary Diaries, they all released in 2023, so I do not count them. So anyway, let's get on with the first pick, for sure this time. The number 1 honourable mentionable spot goes to Akane Kurokawa from Oshinoko Season 2. Now, hold up, before you say bias C, I'm not just saying that because I love Oshinoko. Genuinely, Akane is one of the best characters from that season and honestly stood out in a mile. She had the most character development, her growth throughout the series, the way she interacted with all the characters. Honestly, her growth was just insane. Akane took the stage this season, both metaphorically and actually. Honestly, her on stage in that costume was just phenomenal. You can tell her acting had improved, even in just this one season, working alongside Kana and Aqua. Her performance made hearts flutter, and she broke out of that more shy, reserved type of role and really grew into this strong, confident performer in front of everyone and showed the world what Akane was truly made for. Akane was actually also a key character in this season anyway for the growth of Aqua and also Kana. She really helped define those characters, and in doing so, it made Akane stand out a lot more in this season compared to, say, Season 1. Her acting was bolder, more aggressive. Her even just off-stage character just became so much more interesting as she learned more about Aqua. Honestly, Akane this season was just brilliant. I just even talk about her enough, just with the word. She was so good, and that is why she deserves the first honourable mention spot. The second honourable mention spot is going to Ririsa from 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Now you may be thinking, I've never even watched this anime. That's because it was trapped under High Dive, and unfortunately it wasn't the best anime adaptation. But I've also read the manga, so I'm going to talk about this since the anime it technically came out in 2024, though I wouldn't really recommend it to people. But Ririsa as a character is brilliant. Her love for cosplay shines so brightly. She has such a dedication to her craftsmanship, her friendships, her just love for the medium. She just wants to shine bright in everyone's eyes and just love her character, Lily. She loves that, and her chemistry between our main character and Ririsa, beautiful. Honestly, she is just an absolute joy to watch on screen. She has just the biggest determination and love for the medium, and it's just a bundle of joy, basically. With that fun, bubbly character, along with her dedication and commitment to the medium, it just shines the cosplay community in such a bright manner. That is lovely, because the cosplay community can be kind of a dark place at times. But Ririsa constantly brings people up. She constantly wants to get people involved with her cosplays and crafts and everything like that. She just wants to involve everyone and have a fun time. And I think that is why Ririsa deserves that number 2 honourable mention spot. And so, at last, it comes to the Waifu of the Year award. So can I get a drum roll, please? It goes to Alia from Alia Hides Her Feelings in Russian. Woo! Woo! I'm sure you all could have guessed by the thumbnail that it would have been an Alia, but what sets Alia apart from the rest of the characters? She speaks Russian and she's a tsundere. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. I'm joking. Okay, let's go through what makes Alia such a great waifu. Alia actually had given us some of the best reaction faces this year, combined with her sassy tsundere element. Honestly, she was such a joy to watch. She had such a determination for her goals. She didn't always put the romance first, per se. Yes, she did have that childhood crush, and obviously who is the main character, but she always put her goal of becoming student council president first. Obviously, Alia has that quirk of hiding her feelings in Russian, which makes for some real comedic, funny elements between her and the main character. She never shows her true feelings in person, and she always has to hide and cower away, which is obviously very different from a tsundere while still being exactly the same. She highlights it perfectly, she speaks fluently. Honestly, it's very funny when she does, because you just want to see the main character's reaction, as he does understand Russian. She's cute, she's funny, there's emotional bits. Honestly, Alia is just a perfect waifu, and I think she really defined the year 2024 for me in terms of waifus. Alia has a real presence and is really charismatic. She makes herself known in the room. She knows exactly what she wants and how she's going to do it. Yes, obviously she needs some support from our main character from time to time, but most of the time she knows what she's doing. She's got that drive, she's got that determination, she's got that power, as The Rock would once say. But honestly, Alia, in that show, was really, really emotional and good. I have nothing bad to say about Alia. I can't say she was annoying in any way. I enjoyed every single bit when Alia was on the screen. And honestly, I did actually want her to speak Russian more, though I know that wouldn't really fit with her character. Now, I'm not saying Alia is the most out there, type of waifu. Honestly, she is kind of generic in some ways. But throughout that sea of trash waifus, all with different kind of gimmicks and such, I think Alia refined that gimmick/trope and perfected it really well. Honestly, I couldn't really think of a better, character with a trope kind of similar. Obviously, examples I've talked about before being Komi can't be able to speak. You've got another guy who has 100 girlfriends. You've got Rent a Girlfriend with a guy who just can't even talk to girls. Honestly, I think Alia just does that kind of trope in that romance really well. And I think that's why she deserves our Waifu of the Year award for the year 2025. We've had a magnitude of waifus this year, and it was so hard to come down to. Honestly, I could have chosen any of them. There were so many good animes this year that gave us so many rememberable characters. It was really hard to come down and choose. But in my eyes, Alia stood out the most, and I think she deserves the award. Honestly, I could have been biased and given it to, Ai, or Ruby, or even Akane. But I think the anime that impacted me the most that came out last year, weirdly enough, being Another Romance, is Alia. It was enjoyable from start to end. I enjoyed all the characters, and I think Alia really stood out in my eyes, and that is why she's getting the award. If you guys disagree with me, you can go in the comments and chat about it. You can give me your own opinions on your own list. But to me, I think Alia wins it. So that is all for today's award show, guys. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next year for the next Waifu of the Year Awards in the year 2026. Bye-bye, guys.